What's up, guys? Carolyn Castillo here, listing agent with Absolute Top Dollar and the greatest brokerage on the planet, eXp Realty. You guys already know. So thank you so much for joining me in this video. As you know, I have been making several different videos specifically towards listing agents and growing your business as a listing agent. I would highly recommend you go back and watch some of those. I really break down a lot of the intricate details about being a listing agent. And so we're continuing on this journey. At this point on the videos that we've done, we've all decided that we're going to be listing agents, okay? Because if you're a buyer's agent, you probably are not going to like my content, and you're not going to like what I have to talk about, because if I had to be a buyer's agent, I would probably not be in this business, okay? So if you want to find out why, go back and watch the other videos. So starting in this business, I realized very early on I wanted to be a listing agent. And I actually started, I won't tell you the whole story because I said in another video, I started working for a very powerful realtor in my area, and I was her ISA. What is an ISA? Inside Sales Associate. And she basically had hired me to make outbound phone calls to prospect for sale by owners, expired listings, circle prospecting, you name it. I've called it. I did it. I set the appointments for her listing agents on her real estate team. Okay. And so that kind of started my journey. I was always a phone prospector in my past life. I was a phone sales career that I worked for over 6 years. I'm very comfortable with the phone. So naturally for me, I took up prospecting. Okay. So there's basically a few ways, okay, that there's a lot of ways actually, but we're going to kind of zone into some directions. Okay. I just went to a conference, and there was a lot of agents there that were just kind of like all over the place. Okay. And that is definitely not a good place to be as a real estate agent, because there are so many directions you can go. And especially nowadays with Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, like there's all this information out there, and you're like, dang, what Carolyn's saying is really good. Oh, what Julie's saying is really good. What Bob is saying is really good. And it's like, you're chasing the carrot, but you don't do anything long enough to actually see the results. By the time you start one thing, you're already thinking about another thing. And I think that's the biggest problem with real estate agents, and just being so distracted and all over the place. And I will tell you that it is hard. It's hard because when you first start off at something, you're not good and you're not getting results, you know? So it's hard to stick with something when you're not winning, okay? But the problem is if you don't stick with it, you'll never get good enough to win. And that's the trick. That's the, the little secret. So some of the things we're going to talk about today, just keep it in your mind. No matter which thing you're kind of gravitating and leaning towards, you got to stick with it for a long period of time and get around other people that are doing it, so that you can, pick each other's brains and see if you guys, make sense. So anyways, I'll tell you about mine first. So I chose phone prospecting. So how do you get listings from phone prospecting? Why do I like phone prospecting? I'm going to tell you why. Why do I like it? This is why I like it. Hi, I was kind of finding out if you might be thinking about selling your house. It's that easy, okay? That's how easy it is. Now, did the person on the other line say, yes, Carolyn, I am. Will you come over and charge me 7% so you could sell my house? No, they didn't say that, okay? But I like the simplicity of just being able to do this, okay? That I go out and I generate business. I've gotten so good with my skills on the phone that if you put me on the phone, I'm pretty much guaranteed going to get an appointment, or I'm going to get a future follow-up business, okay? I like that about it, that I can just like wake up in the morning and have something tactful to go after and do, and it produces results, okay? So who can you phone prospect? So sky's the limit, okay? who do you want to focus on? So if you're a listing agent, you want to get sellers, right? So you can call for sale by owners, you can call expired listings, you can call cancel listings, which guys, those are coming back. Those are coming back. The for sale by owners, expired and canceled have been very hard to convert in the last 2 years. That's all changing. For sale by owners are going to need us again. Okay. So that's cool. That's good. That's good thing that's happening. So for sale by owners, cancel listings, expired listings, cold calling, prospecting in a neighborhood. So if you want to be a neighborhood realtor and you want to just like, the way that you have to think about the real estate is a long term, is like a 10-year business. Okay. This is not like a little time period. Every year that you're in the business, you should be doing more and more and more transactions. Why? Because if I sell somebody's house today, Bob and Julie, and Bob and Julie love me, guess what? Bob and Julie are going to recommend me to their friends. And then Bob and Julie, and that's how you start getting those referrals in that repeat business. So let's say that you want to focus on a specific area and you want to be known in that area for your real estate skills. Should make it a practice to cold call that neighborhood all the time. So you would cold call them, go through the whole list. Maybe you have an area of 5,000 to 10,000 houses, and you just call them, hey, this is so-and-so, and I was trying to find out if you guys may be thinking about selling your house now or in the near future, and you start building that pipeline because you're going to be there now and the near future, right? And then also there's more specific lists, like we do probate, you can do divorce, you can do foreclosure, you can do short sale. There's motivated lists. There's even lists out there for, people that are, at an age, like you can search it where it's like someone that has a house that's, over 2,500 square feet, that has more than 4 bedrooms and is over the age of 60. So what is that doing? It's breaking down the demographic for you that person is probably at the age where the house is too big and they want to downsize, So that's what I like about phone prospecting is it's just sky's the limit, and you can just call and call and call. And the better you are on the phone, the more successful you're going to be. Okay. So phone prospecting is the way I've chosen, is the path I've chosen. To get listings. It 150% works. It definitely works. If anybody tells you that phone prospecting doesn't work, they have no idea what they're talking about. This is literally all I do, and this is how I get my business, okay? So what I see other agents doing, okay, because I can't say for myself, but I'm associated with a really powerful team within eXp Realty. So if you guys know how eXp Realty works, is we're kind of like your downline, like your group that you're affiliated with. So I joined this group because they were really big on social media. And there's a lot of realtors in this group that have been very successful from YouTube videos, Instagram marketing, running Facebook ads, Instagram ads, basically marketing. So you can get a lot of listings from marketing. Now with that, it's a little less tangible like this. Like I could just boom, pick up a phone and I can have a direct contact with the seller. But with the Facebook and Instagram and YouTube marketing, you pay dollar bills, okay? You pay the money. And you could run ads too, and you tell Instagram, I'm looking for people, under 40, that are searching on realtor.com. You can get really specific with it the same way you can get with prospecting. And then you're advertising, and then when the leads come in, then you have to convert them. You have to talk with them, find out what they're looking for, get them quality, all that kind of stuff. So I have seen realtors in that group grow their, social medias and things like that. And they have been successful in doing it. Okay. You do have to put your money up front. There is, a lot of technicalities that you have to learn, right? As far as how to set up the ads, how to do at the very beginning, you can't just hire somebody to do all that stuff for you. So you have to physically learn how to do all that. But I know that it works. I'm not knocking it. I know that it works 100% because I see them and they are being successful. So if you wanted to get into a good group that is really teaching about, marketing and about running ads and doing all that kind of stuff, send me a message or hit me up on Instagram and I can invite you into one of the masterminds, and you can speak directly with the guy that runs the group and get connected and see if it makes sense for you, because that's why I joined them, because I wanted to learn about that. I knew about prospecting. I knew about that like the back of my hand. I can do that in my sleep, but I'm always wanting to grow and get better in my business and even do more. So that's why I ended up signing with them. And I've learned so much since I signed with them. I started my YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, which, guys, that's the funny thing about prospecting. I didn't need social media with a phone, okay? So I did all my stuff on the phone. I didn't have no social media. So that I have grown a lot since I joined that group, with my presence online and with my social proof and all that. So it's been a blessing for me to be a part of that group. So the third way, okay, is through connections, okay? So these connections can be at church, these connections can be at groups, at conferences, these connections can be with, political party affiliations. Like they have all those groups where, Democrats and Republicans get together and they, lobby together and stuff. Being part of your community. So basically networking. So networking, you can pay to play or you can also do it for free. But when you pay, you kind of get like more, you could get like cast your net wider, because when you get a part of these groups, like being a part of like investment groups and like I said, being with like, I know that I'm just thinking about the political thing because I just had a conversation with a guy and he supports a lot of those political parties, and in return, he's connected with all these people and he's supporting their causes. And then in turn, he's getting business from all these people because they're recommending him and he's like a trusted source in their group, The same thing happens if you're in your church, people trust you and they already know and trust you, So now you present yourself and you're like, yeah, I'm a real estate agent. This is what I do. This and that. People want to work with you because in real estate, you really have to like trust the people. So I think that those networking groups really do pay off, and, this is going back to my like Mary Kay days. I did actually sell Mary Kay. And, always they had them fill out this little card, and it was always, tell me 5 people that that would be interested, So moving through, like you're in your networking group and you're like, who should I know? Who do you know that I should know that, so networking, you can make that a full-time thing, okay? So it's like, I'm going to go visit, I'm going to go introduce this. I'm going to go visit. I'm going to go to this country club. I'm going to go to that country club. Like, you can make networking a legit thing, like an actual full-time job. But those I know for a fact work. I've seen realtors be successful in just straight networking, okay? So I would recommend, if you're looking for listings, choose which one you want to do, or do all 3. Maybe you want to do all 3. You want to do specifically prospecting, you want to run some ads, and you want to do networking. There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a beautiful business model, but you really have to stick with it, because if you just go, for instance, like if you just go to one networking event, you're not going to walk out with 10 listings, okay? If you do, 1 month you cold call, you're not going to walk out with 10 listings, okay? If you run, 5 Facebook ads, okay? You're not going to walk out. You do 5 YouTube videos. It's not a guaranteed 10 listings. You have to stay consistent to whatever you're doing. But just so you know, these 3 things definitely work. Okay? But you have to work them and you have to stay consistent with doing them. And I like to get around people that are doing the same thing. So cold calling is, a lot of people are like, oh, if you're cold call, you're a loser, you know, like, and it's like, okay, you know, like I just got like 5 listings, you know, this month from cold calling, but okay, I didn't pay anything for them, just my dialer and my leads, but okay, you know. So, and then some people don't like networking, and some people, you know, so it all depends on you, your personality, what you're good at. These are just 3 things that I've seen listing agents do, and I've seen them be successful at it. So I hope that helps. This market too, guys, we got to sharpen our skills. We got to get real laser focused on where we're heading and what we're doing, because as we know, the market's getting a little topsy-turvy. Okay, so you want to really hone in on your skills and really focus. You don't want to be a realtor that's just kind of like, you know, woo, all over the place. Like wherever the wind blows, you'll do that. Oh, you want to rent an apartment? Sure. You want to buy this? Sure. You want to list your house? Sure. You know, you're letting the world pull you instead of you pulling the world to what you're doing, you know, and saying, this is what I am. This is the service I offer. This is the problem that I solve. This is how I'm valuable. So I hope that helps, guys. If you have any questions, drop them below. I'm on Instagram. I would love to connect with you at Absolute Top Dollar. Hope you guys are out there crushing it, making money, and being the best listing agents on planet Earth. Talk to you guys on the next one.